there, my name is Rabbi, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I have just spent $3.99 to buy a digital comic so I can review it review it. Actually, I did just spend $3.99 so I can review it for you, but I cheated a little bit. I illegally downloaded it first to see if it was worth reviewing before I sunk my hard-earned cash into this project. And yes, I can confirm it is so worth the $3.99 for me to be able to review it for you. It's not worth your $3.99. Even if they wanted to pay you $3.99, I would give this one give it a miss. The comic I'm talking about is one of the few new comics out today. This week. It is Marvel Star Wars Dr. Aphra #1, and it is terrible. It is unbelievably bad. Now I'm kind of shocked at how bad it is, but the reason I'm shocked at how bad it is because I floated away from reading mainstream American comics about 5 years ago, and I didn't really notice at the time because I'm not like such an incredible, insane fan of US comics. I like, I gotta have it. I just found just getting boring and dull. So I wasn't really looking closely enough at really what was going on and why they're boring. I just kind of switched off, and I started reading 2000 AD again, the British anthology, which is far superior to this. That's for sure. But I missed the whole era of all new, all different Marvel. SJW Marvel, as it's more widely known as. So I haven't personally seen any of these comics, and now this is really the first one I have, and it's truly terrible. It's not badly written. It is badly written, but it's written by somebody who clearly doesn't have the experience to have this job. That's really the bottom line. So let's turn this on. So who wrote it? This was written by Alyssa Wong. So how does she get a job writing comics? So this is where I think one should get a job writing comics. I think you should have a real passion and love for comics. And then go and make comics, go and make your own comics. And let me tell you, if somebody does that, it takes a hell of a lot of work and dedication, and you've got to really, really want it to get to produce comics. And you make it, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and you try and sell them, and you keep doing it, and you keep working on it, and eventually you build up about enough of an audience, enough of a body that your work may be passed up to a major company like Marvel or DC. And then they'll say, well, this isn't bad. This guy looks like he knows what he does. This person knows, they can do that. We'll try you out. They'll try you out on like a 6-page backup, and then you'll build up from that. You'll show, you can meet deadlines, and you can work well with the editorial staff, and you keep going, and you'll generate an audience, and you'll see you can do your job, and that's how you get a job writing comics. And that's normally that method of getting jobs writing comics normally results in really quite good comics, because you've got to struggle and you've got to work hard at your craft to be able to write comics. So that's the way that one I think should really get into the comic book industry. The way Alyssa Wong got into the comic book industry, not quite exactly the same way. The one of the high ups in Marvel Comics was C.B. Cebulski, who has this real love of, I think, Japanese culture, Asian culture, and he wrote some, I think, anime comics. Again, I've never read them, but he wrote them with I believe it's a Japanese pen name. So that apparently is racist. That was the most racist thing you could possibly do for a white guy to have a Japanese pen name. That is incredibly racist. So Alyssa Wong attacked him openly on I think on Twitter, calling him a racist. So then he proved he wasn't a racist and proved how sorry he was by giving Alyssa Wong a job. So he hired her, and that's how she got into comics. And I don't think she's able to get editorial notes on how to, what works and what doesn't work, because the reason she was hired was because of her ethnicity. And funnily enough, being hired for ethnicity doesn't normally mean you write good comics. At least in this case, I can tell you categorically it doesn't. So I'm going to go through exactly how and why this is so unbelievably awful in a minute. But beforehand, can I ask you guys, can you hit the subscribe button? Hit the like button, the share button, but definitely hit the subscribe. And if you're subscribed, can I ask you to make sure you are still subscribed? Now, let me just give you this extra picture and say, let's say you really hate what I'm saying. Let's say you really despise what I'm saying. Well, you're going to want to hit the subscribe button to hear what I'm going to say next, right? let's say you really like what I'm saying. Clearly, you're going to want to hit the subscribe button so you can hear, whatever I'm going to say next. And if you're kind of ambivalent, you're somewhat in the middle, you know what? Take a chance. Listen, I'm not going to tell you that hitting the subscribe button will give you a complete immunity from global pandemic and imbue you with incredible sexual prowess. I'm not going to tell you that, but it might. It might. And so, why take the chance? Also, I give stuff away on the channel every week. So the stuff I'm giving away this week is freaking awesome movie, True Romance. Quentin Tarantino's first script he sold in Hollywood. This is a great presentation of it, great pressing of it. It's got a 2-disc set. It's got great making of it. The commentaries are really, really good. I'm not really a massive commentary guy, but I really enjoy the commentaries. And all you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribing being very, very important. And again, if you subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube has been unsubscribing people. I've heard of the last couple of weeks, which I find kind of strange. I have a pitifully small subscriber count. Why would YouTube then take them away? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed, and then leave the comment in the comments with the hashtag Elvis. So all that instructions are in the video notes. I'm going to do the prize drawing on Sunday, May 10th, when I'm on the TARDIS zone. And then we pick out a new thing. There's always good stuff we're giving away. Oftentimes top two, but like every now and again, good movies, good box sets. We did the great box set, The Lord of the Rings, a few weeks ago. That was good. Anyway, so yeah, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the like and share. All these things are good. So Alyssa Wong again doesn't, from what I've seen here, doesn't have a real affinity or understanding or perhaps even love for comics. And she certainly, I don't think she has much of an understanding love for Star Wars. Although what I think Disney wants Star Wars to be desperately what they want it to be. She fits in really, really nicely. But that Star Wars isn't going to exist because nobody wants it. Nobody's going to buy it. But they want to make it. Go ahead. I guess we'll all laugh as they try and fudge their figures to prove it wasn't utter failure. So what does Alyssa Wong know about? She knows about identity. And again, this weird like Twitterati thing that only people of a certain ethnicity can write about that ethnicity is fully on play. And I think that's actually the genuinely racist here. So what is this comic, Dr. Aphra? There we got the introduction. Dr. Aphra was a character first introduced in the initial Star Wars, Marvel Star Wars comic run, which I thought was really good. Oh, she was introduced in the Darth Vader comic, which I really, really like. I really like that comic. Oh, I wish I could remember who wrote it. Karen Gillian, I think. But it was a very good, comic. And then after the Darth Vader run, they span her off into her own comic, which I just wasn't interested in at all. Darth Vader, yeah, I'm on board for this. I'm not so much. So who is she? She is a kind of a cross between Han Solo, so she's got like the smuggler-y rogue bit, and Indiana Jones. So she's a cross between one of those who is also happens to be a fabulous woman of science, because it's all about identity. That's all it is. So she's an Asian woman who's good at everything and is a professor, an archaeologist, a smuggler, a thief. And everybody loves her, and she's great at everything. In fact, I think her name is Mary Sue. it's just a Mary Sue. She has never does anything wrong. So, and this comic just fits every single trope of everything I've heard about these awful comics that nobody wants to read. This is the reason the industry is on its knees. You hire people who just aren't up for doing the job. And all they can write about is what they know, identity. So in this comic, we have Dr. Aphra. She has a partner of a very soy-ish latte, I'll say man. So near man, this kind of transish, effeminate man, and she's also joined up by a blue-haired woman of science. And then on the she also has, much like Han Solo, a Wookiee friend, and this other woman with white hair. In the comic, she has green hair, so I'm not sure, and she's green, so I'm really not sure what happened there. And of course, the villain at the bottom is an evil white guy who. Although, is there any need to say the word white guy when you say the word evil? Because it fits all these tropes so incredibly well. So it starts off we're on Hoth, and just the dialogue is awful. The dialogue is so unbelievably unconvincing, and just doesn't resonate as Star Wars in any way, shape, or form. And the artwork not much better. So yeah, she's joined with this Wookiee Black Kristan and Tublik Ruse. Yeah, look, the coloring is actually pretty good, but I think the perspective here is really, really bad. Although it gets much worse on the next page. Where you see, let me just look at this. See, like this gun in the top panel she's holding, it's not sitting in her hand properly. Listen, if you're going to use SketchUp or whatever to trace from, like why not just put the 3D model in the woman's hand? And just her lack of features. It's just really, really not good. But what far worse than the art, far worse than the art is the writing, which is just astonishingly awful. Fine, so starts off Dr. Aphra is doing this mission on Hoth, trying to steal stuff because she's super cool, super woman of science. And that all goes incredibly well because she's just incredibly good at everything. And then she goes to a bar to enjoy her winnings, and she's met by this woman, a student who is studying to become an incredible woman of science. Yeah, and she convinces her to go on this mission to find these things. But to find this MacGuffin, they got to find, first, before you go anywhere, you've got to find an incredible woman of science. So they go to find a third incredible woman of science who is over here, who is green, and on the front cover she wasn't green, but she has white hair. But yeah, okay, so yeah, the trick they're trying to do right now is they're going to try and say, you don't like it because you don't like women. You don't think women can be incredible women of science. Yes, I do. I just don't think every woman is an incredible woman of science and a lesbian and has an approved body type that doesn't appeal to the male gaze. I don't think every single woman has to fit in that template. I think putting every single woman into that template is a bit obnoxious. You think, okay, I'm from a neck of the woods in fandom, I would say, that feels a little bit disgruntled that we've had crazy people in complete control of our beloved franchises, and they've been screaming things at us for years and years. Messages that nobody in their right mind would disagree with. Like they're screaming like, "Women are people too! Women are." I'm like, yes, we know. I don't know anybody who doesn't think that, but indeed, women are people, and that's why they always got to put women in positions of. Every position, any positive position, they have to put women in that position because they're trying to say, look, women can be people too. But we know that. I mean, I know that. I think everybody knows that, and they do that with so many things. So when you go, listen, why are you telling me that women can be people too? Which is essentially what I'm saying right now. They turn around to people like me and go, sexist. Caught you out, Mr. Sexist. You don't think women can be people that... No, I do. I just think you screaming at me is utterly ridiculous. So there's this one bit on it here, which I really just got to show you. Where some kind of firefight breaks out, and the incredible woman of science is also, a woman who's not going to be Me Too. That's for darn sure. Don't move. See, she's grabbed by this guy. Don't move, kid. She goes eek because as one does, but then she pulls out her like Wolverine knife thing, and the guy goes, hey, she stabs her with it. So somehow this guy knows that it's laced with poison. How do I know that? Because of the incredible dialogue, the way they subtly tell us, ugh, what? Poison! Oh God, it's so bad. And so then she has a little bit of girl power moment. Whoopsie daisy! Okay, now we can see who this is written for. It's for the baby brain blue check marks on Twitter who like to talk like this. Oopsie doopsie, I did a little thing. Should have kept your hands to yourself. No, okay, that was not a sexual assault. That was a violent assault based on some kind of ambush. But why you're turning into a Me Too moment is kind of beyond me. And so then the people attacking them are goons of the bad guy, bad white guy, obviously, who's just super bad. and they have him being like incredibly stupidly bad, relentlessly over and over again in the last few pages he's in. And then we get a teaser for next month, which, look, if you guys like it, I'll spend a $3.99 on it and roast it again. But I think I'm the only one. It's just another. It looks awful. It just looks absolutely awful. Every cliche of every bad comic is right here, and it's exactly what they want Star Wars to be. They want it to be a brand that appeals to young girls, but young girls are just not interested. That's the bottom line. I would say the reading level for this would be about about 5 or 6. It's very very young. It's very very juvenile, and it's Again, if you like Mary Sue and her fabulous friends of science and her cut. How can I describe it? Trans boy guy that she kind of likes, who can be a friend. If you like that, this comic's for you. If you don't have a head injury, or you're not a massive racist and sexist and istophobe, maybe not. Maybe not so much for you. So there you go. I stuck my toes into the terrible world of SJW comics, and oh my god, they're awful. They're just so bad. Look, you want to read a good comic? Just get any comic skate comic. Any comic skate comic is better than this. Like I read Jawbreakers by your boy Zach, and it's not the type of thing I'm really into at all. That was so much better than this. Oh my god, it's a different freaking universe. Oh, and the exposition was clunky. Okay. This was a bad comic. This was a bad comic, and this is why the comic book industry has imploded. My name is Sheila Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.